Good evening. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP Bangladesh. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP Bangladesh. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Bathum Dash. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. IGP is a social and ISO certified international training institute. In 3 years, we already serve 3 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 250 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional IGP is a training faculty for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generally competent candidate to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualification. The Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services local, national, and international to student, job seeker, job holder, and also for learner, the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, our quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to reach more than 100 premium service for free live create own portfolio website, vision builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and wall knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can update all day. Kids learning game, websites, free course, convert sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement several training programs, webinar, and offline online courses for youth and learner by professional trainer, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kind of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. To ensure excellent and in-depth instruction, we arrange with qualified trainer, speaker, and instructor. We extended free service to more than 3 million knowledge seekers in last 3 years. We have affiliation with universities and organizations in 70 different countries. Furthermore, signing with many colleges and organizations have been accomplished. We are working to create a legendary generation of future scholars and citizens who will be accountable. We are constantly prepared to assist all. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learner we represent. More diversity and growth are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next with your continuous support, we already completed 1,373 webinars successfully. Wow, Moving to the next with your continuous support, you already completed 1373 webinars successfully. Wow. At present, we are going to start our 1374 webinar, which name is Green HRM. And today our speaker's name is MMM Mujamil. He is from Sri Lanka. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker, sir, wants to share a very little bit about him. International corporate trainer, business and HR consultant, Sri Lanka. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Good evening, sir. Hello, sir. Sir, can you hear me? Sir, can you hear me? Hello, sir. Sir, can you hear me?
Am I audible to you all? Yeah. So thank you very much, uh, Institute of Global Professionals, once again inviting me for this event on the webinar on green HRM. Let me share my screen. Somebody can confirm that you guys can see my screen. Also, I'm audible to you all. Okay. So, so today we are going to discuss about very interesting topic on green HRM. So it's about the understanding the green HRM concept, the basic concept of what is green, and we will discuss about human resource management also in the outset, and also we need to understand how this green practice connected with the climate changes. So all of that we will discuss in the outset, and also certain practical challenges when you consider about human resources practices in green HR, especially in organization. What are the practical challenges now when you try to adapt these practices into HR departments? What are the practical challenges that organization can face? And also going forward, what sustainable human resource management will make a capable human resource department in the corporate world. So these are the learning outcome, guys. So we will learn the basics concepts and also the practical side of it. So my presentation will be sure to understand in terms of theory as well as the practical aspect together, right? So hope my presentation slides are moving. So these are the discussion points we are going to discuss, guys, about green HRM. So the overview of what is green and how it's impacting the human resource management department, and also how creating the culture which is sustainable in the organization, especially the HR culture. How we HR can come up with this new terms and ideologies called green HR. So how this HRM can inculcate the practice of green inside their department. So that is also we as a millennial practitioners, the guys, we need to understand more on how HR can inculcate these green HR practices in organization. So having said that, so when we practice green HR, or companies or departments, when they try to connect with green HR practices, they feel they might face certain challenges. So practical challenges can be occur. So sort of challenges, what sort of a challenge organization can come up with, and how they can easily or they can successfully face it or iron it out in the outset also we will discuss. And also I will share a few case studies, one case study and a survey, and also take home assignments. So we know it's a one time session today, but of course, guys, you can make use of it. Probably you can use this assignment for whatever, and you can take practice on that. And also during my presentation, and somewhere I use a survey. Currently I'm doing a research on it, study on it. So I expect your input also to make this international practice, how green HR in international settings, how this works, to understand better. I need your inputs, guys, in the QR. So I will share. So then I expect few inputs on that as well. So these are the few discussion points we're going to discuss. It's not going to be very lengthy discussion also in terms of the structure, you can see, and it can be a very short session, but uh, I'll try to deliver my level best on this area, guys. Okay, so I think after the session, IGP will share a quiz also for you guys, so you all can answer and get reflect on your learnings also as well. Okay, so then let's look at how the climate change, uh, and this is in one spectrum. Guys, now we are I'm currently connecting from Sri Lanka, and you guys from different parts of the world, and lovely of technology innovation. So we connect all together as a global community. So when you take same global, but of course we everybody face this situation is climate change. It's very risky out there, guys. So everybody facing different sort of climate issues when it comes to in globalization, right? So we know in one part of the world people living in poverty, and also women, children, elderly. So you see a different segment. And also we know outdoor workers, people living with certain also people living with chronic medical conditions. And also when you talk about children's, like this is also a different age group we are targeting. So you see and also the exposure to the environment risk is very high for them as well. And also we know uh, the polar regions where the sea level rising because of the snow melting, right? So we know about Arctic, Antarctic, all of these poles, North Poles and South Poles, right? And also we talk about weak health systems in international wide, and countries heavily invest on according to World Health Organization. So they keep eye on how risk of climate change become, right? So awareness on environmental management and sustainable development, especially, guys, it should be increasing because if you need to make sure that your children's, young adults, even women, children, elderly people, everybody should be with the understanding of environmental management concept well, to make sure we face very successfully on this climate challenge, the risk of climate changes, right? So it's entire globe. So we all talk about one global aspect at the moment. Yes, for us, everybody, it's the same problem, guys. So what sort of an idea, what sort of a development we can brought from these kind of issues? So that is a hot topic today we are going to discuss, that is on um, the green, right? So going green is important aspect, every each and every person to understand the risk of it, and what are the new practices you can bring. So HR, as an HR fraternity, as a practice HR professional for the period of 18 years. So I know the value of now we, as we all professionals and guys, we all know the value of professional practice. So once you start your practice from the office, it's not going to stop at that office, right? So we take this to home, right? Our houses, our other places where we, our school, everywhere, right? So we are the community. So to make sure that this is going to practice in everywhere, to make sure we make sure this environment very risk free from the climate changes that we are ever facing today, right? So with that sort of an understanding about how climate change challenging us in the global environment, and how HR can play a role. So HR role is very vital here. Understanding the green HR, understanding and make sure the green HR practices to every offices, every houses, everywhere, to make sure that we make sure to prepare everyone to face successfully, to face this risk of climate challenges. So with that understanding, guys, I'm just moving to this video. Let's look at this, let's watch this video, and then we'll discuss.
We are dealing with a global man-made disaster, our most serious threat in thousands of years: climate change. If we do not take action, our civilizations will collapse, and much of the natural world will suffer and die. The people of the world have spoken. Their message is simple and clear. The clock is ticking. The total number of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is now 50% higher than it was in 1900s. And not only are we filling more and more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, but we are also cutting down trees, the Earth's forest, at a rapid rate. And the forests themselves are the most efficient consumers of carbon dioxide that there are on Earth. We're going to destroy the ground because the soil of the rainforest isn't very good. And we're tampering with the Earth's climate and the atmosphere we breathe. When we discuss the ozone layer disappearing, we don't know what will happen when the ozone layer disappears. The world has grown so fragile that we cannot subject it to more stress. The Earth to the torments that we could now inflict on it. When we discuss the greenhouse effects, we're discussing something. It affects the entire planet. These are life or death problems. They go to the center of viability, the Earth itself. So there's one thing we can be certain of biologically. The human species is unique. And that is the human species. If we do not put an end to the destruction of our environment, nothing else matters in the natural world. To put it simply, if we do not protect nature, we can't protect ourselves. Hi, good day. I'm Janelle.
Right. With that idea, guys, so I'm going to move for need for green practices now. So we know organization as organization, we make sure we put a lot of efforts on organization to improve the energy efficiency. So why we do that? So we efficiently we need energy, and also we need to make sure that the energy is efficiently managed. That is also important. And also we talk about the other side in that video. Also we discuss about how HR can or green can produce or practice produce reduce the pollution, right? So not only in our offices, guys, maybe our home, businesses, general living habits, everywhere. So reducing the pollution also uh, effort, but every green HR practice can make. And also now we talk about negative impact. So and also potential negative impact on the energy consumption. So how pollution can have on the environment, right? So how you can impact the energy consumption, how you can reduce the energy consumption, and also how it can be aimed to potential negative impact on the environment. That is also a main point to in green practices when it comes to main theme of it. So let's look at that is the practical side of it, guys. So now let's look at what is the practical theory side of understanding HRM. We all know in HRM, human resource management, we know the theories, we know the fundamentals, we know what is HRM, all of that. But so we here we talk about not HRM, but of course green HRM. So in HR, you can promote sustainability of use of resources within the organization. And also we can talk about generally what can be promotes the causes of environment sustainability through the certain practices. So we can plan certain policies. So you can promote certain practices through the green, that is through HR, that is we simply call green HRM. So I quote 2013 Adhikari's Maratha's research article. So where green HRM is the use of HR policies and to promote sustainable. This is very important, guys, is to understand sustainable use of resources in the organization, within the organization. And also it promotes the causes and the environmental sustainability. So how you can reduce the causes and also to maintain the sustainable of the environment. So that is the theory side of it, guys. So just to understand the theory side also is important in HRM. So I make sure that you guys know what uh, simply the previous studies known about green. This uh, the definition I included here, it's very selective and also very repeated study over the past time of period. So this is absolutely a wonderful definition to understand also, guys. Right. So now let's look at the human resource role right now. So we are moving towards practical side of it, guys. Right. So I think in my questionnaire also in the at the end of the session, you guys will get that quiz. So go deeply here. So we'll get a lot of questions on this. Right. So green behavior. Now we talk about green HR. Now green behavior. Now green behavior. Now you can, if you can inculcate some sort of instrumental idea to every human in the organization to make sure this practice continues, right? Not only for the certain period. No. So normally there's a general norm. Now if you start practicing the same thing for at least 40 days, it's becoming a habit, right? So we believe that in organization. So in green HR also, green behavior also, guys. So if you can instrumental and implement certain green HR practices in organization, the culture, adapting the culture, environmental strategies in the organization, if you plant it, and then you ask your staff members to continuously do not only the office, also at the wherever we go, probably most of the rest of the time we spend at house or home, or maybe our community, some other centers, everywhere, right? So you can form this, we can adapt to these formal environmental strategies. So it's we are trying to change the not only one person at your company, or maybe one or few people at your department, no. So we are trying to look at this green behavior, the instrumental change, from your office to next, from your home to next door, your office to next office, so your city to next city. So likewise globally you can impact. So it's an every individual's responsibility to bring this green behavior instrumental. So support is important. Now human resource department alone itself can't do anything, everything, guys. So each and every human resource in the organization, so they have to support this initiative, right? So that is the HR role. So when you developing the culture of green, it's all about how it can be affect the employee behavior. It's important, guys, and also to introduce certain values. So if you're trying to inculcate or build the internal culture in the organization, it's not going to you can't make it within 24 hours or 1 day or 2 day, or so you should keep on doing for months and months, years and years, then exactly you can get a good results, right? So this is as tried and tested so many places, uh, by myself, even colleagues of professionals in my HR fraternity in here, and also other countries as well, guys. So trust me, this will work, but the change should be comes from us, comes through us, right? So we should be the change makers. In the end of the day, we should take that challenge and instrumental it, otherwise it's difficult. So you have to uh, build the certain values in the organizational culture. So HR responsibility is very high. So developing the internal culture and bring the changes in certain key area of human resource management is important. Now later slides, of course, we will discuss what type of practices HR can bring to the organizational success. We will discuss that later. So at the moment, so we should understand about how each and every employee plays a role to make this change in organizations, right? Yeah, sounds good. Right. So I'm moving to the next slide. So here, guys, it's a simply about certain indicators I put. So each and every areas of HRM, I will tell you certain practices, how organization, how we practice here in Sri Lanka, and also in some consultants I do with some other countries. So how it works. So in green talent management, especially on the talent management process, guys. Now when we promote the green practices, now you see how companies, guys, employees can gain the green employee reputation, right? So when you do a green talent management process, you brand it through, say, your long term practice and is in grown green employee reputation. So companies will employees also, maybe your next employer, maybe you are trying to hire, so that people also will be thinking about, okay, so how I can contribute to the society by looking at green talent management, promoting the green credentials, especially on your certain talent management activities. You inculcate a green credentials, right? In your certain circumstances to promotion, say certain areas of development, so you say that, so green credentials you're promoting as an organization. So as HR, you can, inculcate in under your talent management, you calculate the green practices, green talent management as a process or indicator, in one sort of an indicator in your HR practice, right? And also, the second point is green performance management. So what we do is we are trying to do certain indicators when you do this KPI, key performance indicators. So we put performance indicators as green environmental performance, probably a guy, supporting the environment, what sort of an initiative he has taken inside the organization to, promote the green performance in the organization. So for that, if anyone, in an organization in HR say, hey guys, look here, so we are going to give some sort of a point for this aspect in our KPIs. So sounds good? Yes, definitely companies do this. So it is kind of you trying to, give that performance culture also for a certain point on the green performance management practices. Clear communication of environmental policies, HR can, bring in the performance ladder, performance management, saying, okay, this is going to be this, but guys, in the performance management you guys will get these sort of marks. And how you look after the environmental, in a green way, and how it's going to impact on your key performance indicators in the organization also. So HR can do what the second point is about, putting the green performance management KPIs indicators in the scores. And also, the third point, guys, we know is we put green performance management as an indicators. Definitely there is a room for green reward management systems also. So these are the few suggestions, even we practice. So introducing recognize people on based on the rewards of environmental management. So guys, what they do is, in the organization, whoever put efforts on, recognizing the green reward, green, supporting the green initiatives, supporting in a big way on green initiative in the organization. So we introduce a, very supportive, reward system. Say for example, companies like the guys can use for cycling without, fossil fuel, saving. So maybe in a day or two in a month, so you guys recognize that effort. So bicycle day, right? Or vehicle free day, and you guys, start, coming to work by using, now in the next picture you can see that. So I know certain countries it's very difficult, but commonly you can use this practice. And also some countries already in, practicing, countries like Maldives, Sri Lanka, and all of that, already they're practicing in uh, bicycle day for or a day in a month, yeah. And then recognizing the rewards also. And even carpooling in some other countries they do among the staff members as a practice also, to make sure that you reduce the carbon fossil fuels of carbon footprint. Green employee engagement, the other thing, guys. So it's about how involvement you are in the CSR activities in the organization, in the aspect of, developing a green aspect in the organization as a CSR. So CSR initiative, staff members, we encourage staff members to participate the green supportive initiatives events, even not only limited to the organization, probably the outset of maybe the external organization also, I mean external environment organization, the societies, our staff members go and involve. And not only that, they share their social media and, try to make that culture in the organization. That is other part of it. And then green training development, so it is about incorporating the environmental training in organization. So especially on certain aspect, we try to give our staff members certain trainings, training aspect on green, maybe now especially on green training and development, introducing e-learning. Now this is a format of, simply it's the e-learning platforms you can introduce, reducing the wastage of paper. So those are sort of things you can always use, in green training and development initiatives. And also, you try to, inculcate knowledge on your staff members on how they should think about the environment, right? And also how they should be very, supportive employee to the environment also. And also, how they can use their practices to reduce carbon footprint. So that is also mainly an important aspect in the green training and learning and development initiative. And also we talk about green employee separations. In even in employee separations, people when they leave exit interviews, we gauge their how they have been practiced green HRM when they were at the company. And also even in the time of recruitment also, you give a certain consideration for the CVs or people who already involved as CSR in their green HR initiatives, or green on the society social initiatives of the green and supportive green societies, working with the different green societies. So we give them a prominency, so we know. So at the recruitment, if this happen, though, you will recruit the like-minded people. Now you obviously you will, focus on the relevant uh, qualifications. But at the same time, you also make sure that in advertisement you put saying that people who engage in green or CSR will be given, added advantage. So definitely you will get, good response. And then you can, when you are hiring, you can consider that aspect as well. So where it's easy for you to later, once you recruit them, to inculcate the processes, it's easy for your organization, right? So these are the top importance indicators that green HRM process, HR department, how they can tackle in these six different, processes in the organization. Hope it's very clear for you guys, right? Okay. So with that, so these are the few exercises in green HR practices we know. So these are the few advantages you guys know, sort of advantages. This is, if you can try to figure it out, what sort of an advantage green HR practices can bring. Yes, so we know, everybody know this global warming, so it can be a solution. And also even reducing your cost of your running cost of your organization also, it's a important thing. Now when you use e-learning, rather than using paper, printed materials, all of that, the one side you reducing the cost, other side you environmentally you are thinking about not cutting a tree, right? You are contributing to the environment. At the same time, you are supporting to protect the ozone layer also, right? So sort of, advantages, you can think about it. So if you have time later, you can, think and, try some sort of few advantages of green HR practices, right? And also, now when you implement the, green HR practice, guys, you will face a lot of issues, problems. We know change management is not easy at all the employees are not, all the time, accepting the change. So it takes time, for, gradual changes happens in the organization. But again, definitely yes, it takes time, but you can steadily but surely you will make the change in the organization. So it possible, there are issues, maybe change people thinking pattern. So sometime people will come and say, look here, this is important for us now at this point. uh, that is also one problem. And also initial cost will be very high. So when you implement certain things, guys, in organization, inside the organization environmental practice, we know it's very difficult and, it's costly. But in a long term run, it's not going to be that much a cost. Now simple example is, implementing a e-learning platform. It's maybe a cost thing, but again, rather than, physical stuff. But again, in the long term run, you are going to save a lot, right? So initial cost, like I mentioned, going green is less than unexpected, but initial cost is high, but economically it's very viable, so you guys will save in the long term run. So that is what it mentioned. Capital layouts, improvements economically viable business maybe sometime. Now if you put more capital on it, then that can be competitive disadvantage, because if you spend certain amount of money to your current green practices, all of that, sometime you might not focus, you don't have economically you know amount of money you can put for to see the competitive advantage. But again guys, it's long term trend, you are going to get that, because so that is also a tool you can use to promote your business. Say, look here guys, so we are the organization practice green HR for such long years, then yes, definitely the society will love to join your organization. Even societies love to work with you as a business partners. And also, like I mentioned, the change management, employees initially will be reluctant, but again, yes guys, definitely with the change management, educating the employees is also very important aspect to discuss. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so this is the case study guys. So you if you this is based on the Harvard Business Review, where the green jobs really are. This is 2010 years back article. So greening people, so it's very interesting uh, uh, thing article to discuss. So you can go through this link, and you can see uh, how Harvard Business Review look at the green jobs, right? So in the future, right? So but now it's happening guys. So a lot of initiatives, a lot of opportunities created in the market through from green practices. Right. So what you guys can go do is, if you have your QR, so you can scan this. Currently, I'm doing a survey on green HR practices. So it's a global study. One local study recently I published in a local conference paper. This is I'm planning to publish in a upcoming international conferences. So it's international wide. So you can scan this, and you can contribute to my study as well. So it's about how a green HR practices in your organization, that is into different 6 layers what we discuss. So whatever you already practice in your organization, whatever not practice in your organization, you can uh, you know mark it out. And also the points suggested you can take as a practice also. It takes few minutes, so you can do it later. You can have a photo of this and keep, or you can take the link and keep, or you can scan it and keep as well. Okay, right. Right. So this is what the take-home assignment is looks like. So these guys, you guys can do as a practice. This is not an assignment per se, but of course yes. So if you are really interested to know about green HR guys, so go s- search this. You can get from my presentation slide as well. This note is there, and how this practice in past studies practices in several organizations. You can get a very clear idea about this. And also when it comes to organization, what are the practical implications? So what you can do is you can study. Now you take whatever the connected, you know the organization you known for, you just try to get some sort of an idea what is your country's practical implementation, right? So you can talk to them and see the HR practitioners. You will get a lot of insights on it. So what I shared, it's about mostly into South Asian country regional perspective. So if you are from a different region, I know it's international webinar. So you guys can also get some sort of a practical idea by asking the practitioners in your region. So you can write your own view, green HR towards organization sustainability. So this is also you can do and see how you can connect green HR practices can develop the organizational sustainability. right? So that is a key pillar, and key main point to understand. By doing green HR, great HR practices in green, definitely organization is going to sustain for so long. So we know it's all about now it's green, right? So otherwise it's very difficult us to face the challenges what we get from the current environment crisis, right? So there are enough and more examples out there, right, guys? So this is the references I used in my presentation. So you guys can understand the references I have used here. Okay, guys, and thank you very much for listening to me. It's wonderful, nice to meet you all, guys. So you can reach out to me through LinkedIn. My QR is there, so you can follow me in LinkedIn. Because going forward, I will share a lot of informations through my LinkedIn connections. So, guys, thank you very much. Even you can WhatsApp if you have any questions, so you can even write to me through this email. Thank you very much, and again, thank you very much, IGP, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. This is my third, international webinar with IGB. So thank you again for organizers, and have a nice day and lovely weekend.
Thank you so much, sir, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, dear sir, for your presentation. Now, sir, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable sir, please stay with us. After a short video, we will be back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back to our participants. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Sir, I think there is no more questions from our participants. They understand the topic very clearly from your presentation. So once again, thank you so much, dear sir, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with the topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable sir, hope to see you again in the next new topic with a new date. Thank you, sir. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. See you.
Honorable sir, before we move to the next webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can. IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Today, our some technical problem we cannot share our certificate code. We provide our certificate code in a short time. Thank you. Today, our some technical problem we cannot provide our certificate code. We provide our certificate code in a short time. Thank you. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Go to www.slido.com and find today's quiz or scan this QR code for direct joining. Quiz code is Global IGP. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. Okay. Please join in Slido with the code and the code is Global IGP. Please join in Slido with the code and the code is Global IGP. Please join in Slido with the code and the code is Global IGP. Please join in Slido with the code and the code is Global IGP. Please join in Slido with the code and the code is Global IGP. With 29 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. Our first question is, what is green HRM? Option 1, use of HRM, polite philosophies practice to only boost company revenue. Option 2, incorruption of green management factor into HR to promote sustainability. Option 2 is the right answer and 79% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Roseller is holding the first position. Our second question is scope of green HRM policy. Option 1, people, planet, profit. Option 2, green requirement and selection. Nah. Arba beta arekta chalao. Option 2 is the right answer and 64% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Sheila is holding the first position. Our third question is Green HRM challenge for HR manager. Option 1, create the cultural support GHRM. Option 2, be recruit and select a green talent. Option 1 is the right answer and 61% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Carmela is holding the first position. Our fourth question is Green HRM practice includes option 1, green training and development. Option 2, people, planet, profit. Option 1 is the right answer and 96% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Carmela is holding the first position. Our fifth question is advantage of green HRM to organize and society. Option 1, conversation of energy. Option 2, the difficulty to change employee behavior. Option 1 is the right answer and 93% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Carmela is holding the first position. Our sixth question is which is not an example of green HRM? Option 1, paper and pencil activities. Option 2, waste management. Option 1 is the right answer and 86% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Carmela is holding the first position. Our seventh question is green HRM as the integration of HRM practice. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 1 is the right answer and 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Carmela is holding the first position. Our eighth question is what is the benefit of green HRM? Option 1, higher customer loyalty. Option 2, waste management. Option 1 is the right answer and 57% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Himalayan is holding the first position. Our ninth question is what is the main aim of green HRM? Option 1, to make employee more environmentally aware. Option 2, to help the organization become completely sustainable. Option 1 is the right answer and 68% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Himalayan is holding the first position. Our last and final question of the session is Green HRM is oriented in 1996 from the contribution by option 1 Henry Paul, option 2 Weymouth. Option 2 is the right answer, and 50% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner, top 10. Congratulations again. Slido will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group, Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner, top 10. Congratulations again. Slido will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group, Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner, top 10. Congratulations again. Slido will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group, Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill, never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end like button, again wants to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.